Ahoy hoy there, my friendliest friends! I'm very excited to share my newest Nightblade PvP and battlegrounds build with you all. With this, you'll sting your enemies from afar and be on your merry way before they even have time to react. I hope you like it. Let's go! This is more or less high risk, high reward build. We don't have a big health pool, but we have a good sustain on both our resources, so we can keep the pressure on when needed and reposition ourselves often. All our attributes are on stamina, and Monostone is lover. Food is Ozorka's smoked bearhounds, or if you are brave enough, go ahead and use Hismir Fish Eye Rye for even better sustain. We are Vampire Stage 2 for the weapon and spell damage bonus after stealth. Gearing is 6 medium and 1 light armor pieces for increased penetration. Gearing is 2 5-piece gear sets, 1 mythic and 1 monster shoulder, with bow on front bar and 2-handed on back bar. Both gears are proc gear sets that will proc themselves often. All traits on gear are divines. If you want, you can use tri-stat enchants on biggest armor pieces. Chivalry traits that I use is 1 Bloodthirsty, 1 Swift and 1 Trio. First set is Scavenging Demise that will offer a pretty guaranteed burst. Scavenging Demise can be obtained from Depth of Malatar DLC dungeon. Second set is Sheer Venom that aids us finishing our enemies off. It'll proc itself after successful combo. Sheer Venom can be obtained from Imperial City Prison DLC dungeon. Monster piece is Light Armor Walking Scoria for more offensive penetration. You can get this from undaunted key boxes. Mythic item is Ring of the Wild Hunt, so we are hard to catch and we can reposition ourselves faster. Weapon traits are Sharpened for bow and Powered for 2-handed. I recommend Greatsword for better heals. Skills and rotation is pretty simple and straightforward, as the weakest enemies will drop with couple hits. For tankier enemies, there's a heck of a lot firepower in the arsenal. I will be demonstrating the rotation and gaming tips a bit later. First skill of front bar is Lethal Arrow. It is our spammable and it will also apply a poisoned status effect, which will further increase our penetration as it will proc our CP passive Force of Nature. Second skill is Poison Injection. It will proc the Sheer Venom set and start scaling its execute damage from 50% onwards. Third skill is a toggle skill for its passives, the Camouflaged Hunter. It gives a constant critical chance boost as well as it passively increases our weapon damage and grants a minor berserk when player tried. Fourth skill is more or less flex spot for siphoning skills. I like to use Crippling Grasp for its immobilization and damage tick. It also grants more magicka and ultimate on use. Fifth skill is our Spectral Bow, Relentless Focus. It gives us more weapon power as well as huge burst for tankier enemies. Ultimate is the bow ultimate Toxic Barrage. You might not even need it, but when you do, it is devastating. Alright, the back bar. Back bar is for buffing and escaping. First skill is Forward Momentum. It gives us more stamina recovery as well as major brutality. Keep it up. Second skill is our disengage tool, Shadow Image. You can teleport to a safer location if your burst fails. Make sure you're on its range. Third skill is both offensive and defensive tool, Shadowy Disguise. It guarantees a critical hit, which then will proc the Scavenging Demise set. So stealth yourself before your attack. Fourth skill is our healing skill, Vigor. Pretty obvious. Fifth skill is more or less flex spot. I like to use Twisting Path for major expedition and shadow passives that makes escaping a little bit easier. Ultimate skill is very powerful for both offensive and defensive purposes, the Soul Tether. Rotation and combo is easy but depends a bit on your target. For weaker enemies like healers and lightly armored damage dealers, you can start with Lethal Arrow, followed by another as you close on your enemy. They should now be under 50% of health and it is time for Poison Injection to finish them off. For tankier characters, opening is the same, but you might need to use the ultimate skill, Toxic Barrage, and if you have the Spectral Bow ready, fire it and use Execute. This should do the trick. If not, you can let that one go and run on castle walls for the rest of the evening. Champion point allocation is pretty easy. Just make sure you have all the possible speed boost and sneak boosters. For damage wise, you can't go wrong with critical damage increase and single damage increase perks. I'll show you my allocation, feel free to copy it. If you want to be able to fight more enemies at the same time, you can switch Lethal Arrow to Draining Shot for heals and Crippling Grasp to Power Extraction for more AoE damage. Make sure you cast your Twisting Path often to be as quick as possible and use Line of Sight for your advantage. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this build and have fun with it. Maybe even so fun that you like and subscribe. Or you can like this build without thumbs and subs. Anyway, give this build a chance and hopefully I'll see you on battlefield, my friend. We need you no matter of your faction. Anyway, thank you for watching and remember, fight well, give them hell.